Coach, if your kids look great in practice, sharp, locked in, doing everything right, and then they tighten up, they overthink, or they fall apart when it actually matters, then this is for you. And parents, listen up as well. I'm Daniel, or Coach Dan. I am a sports psychologist and neurologist and exercise physiologist, and I help high school programs build mentally tough, confident, and clutch teams and athletes without adding practice hours to your already busy schedule and without turning you into a therapist and without throwing one more just believe in yourself speech at your athletes who actually need real tools. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 12-step system that we use to fix the mental side of your team and exactly how it installs across the season, preseason, in season, and postseason for your athletes. Let me tell you what I see over and over again. You outplay the other team for 3 quarters or 75% of the game, and then you lose by a point or two because of two mental mistakes in the last 90 seconds of play. The skill was there, the conditioning was there, the mental side just wasn't. You've got athletes who work his tail off or her tail off at practice. The second that the lights come on at a varsity match, your athletes shrink. And now, instead of coaching the team, you're spending all your energy managing your athlete's confidence and focus. You've got parents who mean well, but on their car ride home, they undo half of the work that you put in that week. So by Monday's practice after the weekend, that athlete is now more anxious, not less. And then there's the kid who's so locked in his own head about not screwing up, he's a half step slow on every single play. Here is what that quietly is costing you: close games that you should have won. Your athletes are plateauing or quitting because the pressure is breaking them. Your culture cracks. There's some dread, negative self talk, side conversations. Maybe it's not that bad, but you've seen the start of your culture falling apart. Parent drama during parent drama pulling you away from actually coaching. Most coaches handle this by yelling even harder or talking about mental toughness or just hoping and loving the kids and hoping that they figure it out. That's not a system. That's a coin flip. You're leaving it up to chance. Now, you're not a therapist, you're not a sports psychologist, and you shouldn't have to be one. But you do need a mental system installed for your team. Now, here is what MindFit is: it is a coach led, team based mental performance system. It is not therapy, it's not meditation videos. This is a structured 12 module curriculum built across 3 skills that your athletes develop in just 3 phases. And we install them no matter what phase of the season that you are in. These are the 3 skills. Skill number 1 is to reset. Your athletes will bounce back from mistakes in seconds instead of spiraling for the rest of the game. The mistake spiral kills more close games than any other thing in all of youth and high school sports. And then there is the lock in skill. Your athletes show up prepared, dialed in, and they stay dialed in during chaos, during performance, and they perform the same way on the road as they do at home. There's no more we played down to them. You just stay locked in. And then there is believe. Your athletes are confident, they're coachable, and they lead the locker room. You have an athlete-led team, a kid-led team. Their confidence, it holds when scores are tight. They want those tight moments. They want to be clutch. They're not just confident when they're already up by 20. They're confident all the time. So reset, we have 4 different modules that are dedicated to this. Having a neutral mindset, managing your arousal and your anxiety, how to be confident, how your self-talk should be, different skills that you can use in game, in practice to develop, and then having a mind-body connection. For the lock in, we talk about focus and attention control, routines and habits, mental imagery and rehearsal, flow state training. And I go through different case studies of every single elite athlete that's done this, from Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, you name it, all the way down to high school athletes that I have done this with. And then we have believe, which this is done in these modules for self identity, building your confidence, leadership, team culture, goal setting. Okay. And this is installed to your team across 3 different phases: mind, moment, and movement. Mind is weeks 1 through 3 typically. I don't want to dump everything on you all at once. We want to go through phases so we can actually build on your athletes' minds and how they're actually going to apply this. So, we build the internal operating system, which is the mind. Before athletes can actually perform under pressure, they need to know who they are and how they think. That's why identity and vision are so important here. So before athletes can form, they have to know that. They have to have a neutral mindset, not positive, not negative. We can talk more about that on our call. And they set goals and have self talk. So this is where believe gets installed for the team. And then there is the moment, mastering the competitive moment where performance actually matters. We train the skills that show up under pressure, in competition, on the mat, on the court, on the field, wherever you play. Focus and attentional control, how to get into a flow state, mental imagery, routines. This is where lock in and reset both get installed for the team. And then we finish it off with movement. So, mind, moment, movement, where we install all 3 of our skills through these 3 phases. So, this is the final phase. We connect the mind to the body as an individual and as a team. So, individual all the way to the team. We build durability for the long haul, have a mind body connection, leadership, and team culture. We build resilience. And hey, injuries are a part of sports. So, we talk about how to overcome, come back from injury, as well as mental health problems as well. By the end of 8 weeks, your athletes have guaranteed 3 trained skills, and you have a season plan that runs itself. So you'll have all of these skills and then more, but these are all the ones that actually matter. So you're not going to go about and do this alone. You're not reading 12 modules to your team. You are running short, plug and play blocks at practice, 10, 10, 15 minutes. And you're using game day reset routines and flow state modules on Friday nights or whenever game day is. So we have another reset skill that you can use is called the flush. This is between plays, points, in matches. You have a focus cue system to be locked in, cue cards, words that athletes can have, body language that athletes are going to use, and then we have another believe here, which is a confidence deposit. Also call it a cookie jar, where they have all of their wins, all of the good things that they've done to build and increase their confidence and believe who they are. A junior wrestler just last year, and he was a talented kid. Mentally, he was getting in his way. He wasn't all the way there mentally. He came into state seated mid pack, but by the end of the tournament, he placed fourth, which was well above his seed. Wasn't his technique. It was that he stopped beating himself before the match even started. Same kid, same body, different mental system. There are so many different stories like this, but this kid came to me. We only worked together for 3 weeks, and we installed all of these systems together for him. You're gonna have as much time as you need to be able to install all of these systems. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You could do it in 3 weeks. Now, this whole system is delivered through the MindFit team license. And parents that are listening, I have a family license as well. So this is built for the team license is built for high school programs that want to plug and play, mental performance systems for their entire season, off season, preseason, and postseason to, to continue developing your athletes. You do all of this without having to become a sports psychologist or having to hire a really expensive sports psychologist to come and individually work with your team. Now, here's what you get: the full 12 module MindFit curriculum, all three skills, three phases. You get 10 to 15-minute practice blocks that are ready to run with coaches' scripts, and you're never just winging it. You have the system set up for you. You have the reset, lock in, and believe drills that you can add into your team. Your athletes can go through all of this as well. You get game day reset routines for your athletes. You get parent education for the car ride home. And when they're at home for the weekend, what is that language like? How are they reinforcing mental skills training? You get pre, mid, postseason assessments, weekly live coaching with me for all of the coaches, your entire staff. 1 full year of access for, I know this says up to 20 athletes, but we, depending on the sport, we can expand on how many athletes we add in. Football teams, we can have up to 60, maybe even more. Basketball, volleyball teams, we have 30 to 40. So it depends on the sport that you're playing. And then you get access to the MindFit app, which will track everything for your athletes, and you'll be able to see all of their progress on all of these skills. You're not doing this alone. You are designed to be running the first practice block within 7 days of joining us. Not after the 12-week certification. You start this right away. You don't have to get certified as a coach yourself. You just plug and play everything here within a week. You can plug this in. You can plug this in tomorrow. Most schools don't pay for this out of pocket. Most programs run it through admin budget or booster support or a combination. Part of my job on our call that we're going to book together is helping you figure out the right path and helping you make the case to your athletic director. And I'll give you the language, the data, and the one pager that you walk through with your AD in his office. So you're not doing this alone. You're actually able to install and get these mental skills for your entire program. So, what I want you to do, we're going to go ahead and map this whole thing out. Here's what to do next. Below this video, there is a calendar. Go ahead and fill that out, set a time, and we're going to do a season mental game plan call. On that call, we'll do three things for you. We will map out your team's mental game plan for the entire season. Where are your gaps in reset, lock in, and believe? And what your athletes actually need the most. And we'll see if MindFit is even a good fit for you. And if it's not, I'll tell you straight up that it's not. I'm not going to chase you. And if it is a fit, so if you do think this is something that will be good for your team, and I also think that it can be beneficial, we will outline the pricing options for the team license. And we will build an actual plan that you can take to your athletic director or your boosters, and you'll walk off the call with a real path, a real plan, not just a brochure. So, one last thing, if you're actually curious, well, if you're just curious and you're not actually planning to do anything about the mental side of your program this season or this off season, this isn't for you. Honestly, leave the calendar spots open for coaches who are serious. But if you've been watching your teams leave wins on the table because of the mental side, if you're tired of hoping the right kids figure it out on their own, or if you really just want a real system that you can start running tomorrow, this week, fill out the form, fill out the calendar, grab a time. Let's build your team's mental game plan. I'm Coach Dan. I will see you on the call.